Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Palina, and in this channel I talk about living abroad, living in Spain and in Catalonia, and more. So in this video I wanted to talk to you about which things you have to consider when you are choosing a country you want to live in. Let's face it, not everyone can live everywhere. We are all unique, and I have to tell you, even if you make analysis of a country and of things that you have to consider before moving, that doesn't eliminate the risk that when actually being there, you're not gonna like it and you're not gonna be able to fit well and you're not gonna be able to adapt. So sometimes we really dream about living somewhere, we finally move there and we are super happy and excited and everything is amazing for like 2 months, and then we realize that things are not as we imagined and we start doubting. And to be honest, I have been living abroad for 7 years now, and I don't think I ever met an expat that was living like a really long time in a country and that wouldn't complain about some aspects of it, because of course every country is different and there is no perfect solution, there is no perfect country, just like there is no perfect anybody. So it's true that we have to work on positive attitudes and these kind of things to kind of see things from a positive point of view. But sometimes a country actually doesn't fit you. Like you're trying, you passed the adaptation period, you passed several months or even years, and you are still not feeling comfortable. Like you're still feeling like out of place. So maybe this country is not for you. So I want to talk about this. And the first thing that you have to consider is mentality of people in the country. And I think that's the most important of all of them, of all of the points. Because you want it or no, you are going to integrate. Even if you're going to a new country with your family that you already know and love, you cannot be in the bubble, you know, you still have to communicate with people, you still have to live in a society. So I think mentality of local people is super important. A couple of days ago, I actually was watching a TV program about Spanish expats living abroad. And it was a Spanish girl living in Russia, my country, in St. Petersburg. And she said a phrase that I kind of still remember and still think about it. She said, "Russia is not for everyone." And I always say that you don't have to understand it, you have to accept it. And I think that's really well said. And like Russia is so not for everyone. And I'm from Russia, and I can imagine that the mentality of Russian people is so different from like Europeans or other countries or other places. I mean, we have crazy history, the Soviet Union and everything, the wars, it's crazy, and people have a very, very specific mentality in Russia. And it's true, I think that not every foreigner can live there, just like in any other country when maybe mentality it doesn't fit you. I also heard a lot of stories about how Russians dreaming to live in a better place, moving to Spain or some other European country, would end up moving back because they just didn't, they just couldn't integrate, couldn't adapt to the European mentality. So I think that's a very important thing that you have to consider. Things like how people spend their time. Like there are countries in Europe that are rather calm and quiet, like Sweden or Finland, where some people can find it boring to live there. Spanish people are super loud and they like to go to bars and they always shout and have fun. I'm sure that a lot of people would find it boring to live in really calm and like quiet countries like Sweden or Finland, which for other people can be the opposite. Me, for example, I'm not that kind of person that shouts in the bars, and I'm not feeling 100% comfortable here in Spain. and I really like to spend quiet time. Like I really like quiet, cozy evenings at home, and here people always want to go out and, you know, have fun. So take a look at these things, mentality and like cultural habits of the country that you're considering for moving to live there. Another thing is weather. I mean, I feel like everyone moves because of the weather. Like they don't like the cold in their country and they want to move somewhere where it's warmer and sunnier. So yeah, take a look at that. And other people might not like the heat all the time. For example, I really enjoyed going to Thailand for vacations in summer, but I can't imagine living there whole year long. So Asia is not for me. It's very humid and it's very hot all year long. I really like season change. I really like when it's cold. I even like rains. Now that I'm like 99% of days in Spain is sunny, I kind of enjoy a nice rainy day these years. So yeah, like of course the majority of people I think prefer warm and sunny than cold or rainy. So yeah, think about the weather, the climate that you want to have. For example, for me, I really try to appreciate the weather in Spain. I mean, it's always sunny and it's warm, but like it's true that I'm not made for this climate. Like my skin is so white, I get burned after being 20 minutes in the sun. Even in winter I can get burned, so it's crazy. But yeah, I also of course didn't really enjoy -30 temperatures back in Russia. So I mean, I have to appreciate Spanish weather. So a third thing you want to consider is your profession. So of course if you're moving for work, skip this point, but profession, some countries have like more developed one industry than another. I don't know, like if you're an engineer, maybe don't go to a country where that is like completely tourism related, you know what I mean? Just consider these things. It can be also that a salary in your country for this profession is really good, but then in another country it might not be. For example, I know that teachers profession is quite highly paid in Europe in general, I think, or at least where I live, in Spain, in Germany. But in Russia, for example, teacher is like really low paid job, even though that a lot of people want to become teachers because it's just like a nice profession. You know, if you like working with kids and like in a public school, you get the shittiest salary ever. So, but yeah, just think about that. Research before moving. Research how well paid is your profession in the country. If there is enough work offers opportunities in this country for your profession. So, and the next thing is price level or economic situation in the country. So maybe you are a digital nomad and you're working online and you don't depend on the profession, right? And maybe your salary is quite good where you live, and then you move to a rather expensive place like Australia or Sweden, and your salary becomes really low because the price level is extremely high in that country. So also research before moving. Research how much rent is, research how much the food is, and all the kind of things. And the opposite, maybe you are living in Europe and you work online and you get a pretty not so such a high income with your online work, maybe you're a freelancer, and then you want to go to like a really nice cheap country where your money becomes like much more valuable. Like Thailand or other countries in Asia where price level is really low, so you can really afford much more with your current salary. And guys, if you want me to make a video about monthly cost in Spain, please let me know in the comments, because I was thinking about making this video. If you're curious about how much money exactly I'm paying in Spain for rent, for food, for electricity, for water, all the kind of things, let me know. That's it, guys. I hope this video was useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know, are you planning to move somewhere? I'm really curious. I have been moving quite much in my 20s. Well, I'm 25 now still, but I mean, like, from 19 to 23 I moved a lot. I was living in Finland, and then in Germany, and then in Spain. It's really nice. I loved living in different countries and learning about different cultures. I think that you learn so much when you live abroad. So let me know what's your next move, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.